Grand final time, 1996 GDFL Grand Final on Saturday, and we're at Bannockburn tonight to talk to Stephen Winner and firstly the captain of the Tigers, Corey Flanagan. And Corey, going into Saturday's game, you must be pretty confident, but the only thing is you've only played one finals game for this season. How have the boys been training, and has it been hard not playing games on Saturday?
Well, that's the thing, yeah, we have only played one game and training's been spot on, which has been a real good thing. We've had a few niggly injuries throughout the year, so playing the only one game has probably been good for the boys to have a bit of a rest, and I think that'll come out on top on Saturday.
Now, your team's been pretty settled for most of the year. Matty East got injured in the second semi-final. What's his progress like? Did he do his ankle? I think he did do his ankle, did he?
Yeah, he's had a bad ankle and a bad groin that's been worrying him, but come up trumps, beautiful. He's a gutsy little player. Nothing will stop him, really. Pretty good.
So he will be right?
Spot on, yep. Won't be a problem.
You wouldn't be telling me any different anyway, would you? As we see the boys coming through, and that's good to see. The Pilgrims and the boys coming through, which is good to see Thursday night. Now, we're just talking about the ground out here. Noel, do you want to get a shot at the ground? Unbelievable that you're training on this in Grand Final week. Hasn't had a mow in a while.
Yeah, she's a bit long, isn't it? They need to let a few cows on, I think, but yeah, I don't think it matters that much.
What will the preparation be for Saturday? Anything different to Stormy just taking you through the same preparation for Saturday? Yeah,
well, it's worked so far all year, so I think basically follow along the same lines, everything will just fall in place, just nothing out of blue.
All right, Corey Flanagan, the captain of the Bannockburn Tigers. Good luck, Cor, on Saturday. Hope you have a good one yourself.
Thanks very much, appreciate it.
And we'll be talking with Stormy Winner in just a minute. Bannockburn Tigers in the chase for the 1996 Premiership. We talked to their coach now, Stephen Winner. And Steve, going along okay. We've had only one finals match for Bannockburn this year, and we're just speaking to Corey about it. Is that a bit of a worry going into the grand final on Saturday that you haven't had a lot of footy in the last month or so?
No, not really. That's why you finish on top to get that break. We had a couple injuries against who we play, Eastern Suburbs, and so the rest done us pretty good, and we pulled up pretty sore after the Eastern Suburbs game anyway. So, and we can work on our skills and our fitness over the last 2 weeks, where they still had to prepare for the game.
And one of those players that did get injured was Matty East, and Corey said that he will be right on Saturday. Is that right?
Well, it all depends if he trains a full night tonight. He's been pretty sore the last couple of weeks, but he's coming on pretty nicely.
Now, you don't have to look back too far. Round 12 it was. You were 3 goals down at three-quarter time against Thompson, so you obviously can't take it lightly. And I know a few people around town, and our co-commentator Ron Brain thinks you win by 8 goals, but it's obviously going to be a fairly tough match, and they're certainly a team to be reckoned with, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they are. Anyone in the grand final's got a chance. It's a 50-50 chance as far as I'm concerned. I've played in some sides where we've beat the side in the second semi by 10 goals and then come out in the grand final and got flogged by 10 goals off the same side. So yeah, it's 50-50. It's who's right on the day.
Is there any players in their side that you're going to target as players you really have to watch on Saturday?
No, well, all year we haven't really watched the opposition unless someone gets on top early in the game, and then it's when we'll do something from the bench and make a move then. But no, not at the start of the game. We'll just go and play our normal game.
And some of the keys for the Bannockburn side, obviously, your midfield, you've got heaps of options in midfield, and obviously Shane Andrews at full forward, a couple of keys for the Saturday's game.
Yeah, if Shane Andrews not kicking goals, we've still got Ronnie Pilgrim and Clinton Shaw and Darren Ralph still kicking goals down there, so we're not relying on just Shane Andrews to kick the goals. Yeah, midfield, yeah, it's probably been one of the best in the competition all year, but we haven't changed our midfield from last year, so they've probably just come on a little bit better this year.
All right, Storm, good luck for Saturday, and it could be a big weekend at Bannockburn way.
Whatever way, it's going to be a big.
All right, thanks, Stephen Winner. Stephen Winner, the coach of the Bannockburn Tigers, talking on the Thursday night before the 1996 GDFL Grand Final between Bannockburn and Thompson. For the 1996 GDFL Grand Final, we've come to Godfrey Street, where the Grand Final will be held on Saturday, and we're talking to the Thompson coach, Alan Richardson. Alan, in your first year, you must be pretty pleased with the way the boys have come up for the Grand Final, and it's second one in succession for them.
Yeah, they've done well this year through a lot of hard work, commitment. Good pre-season. There's no doubt that we've earned the spot, that's for sure.
Now you will go in as underdogs, you would think, with Bannockburn obviously being favourites for most of the season. The way the boys played on Saturday with a few injuries, you'd think that would really, they'd cope with that pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, to turn a 7-goal defeat 2 weeks ago into a 20-point win, 20-odd point win, is a fair effort, and with the injuries that we did have. But to their credit, they just played the way that I asked them to play, and that's all they can do.
Now, some key players, as you said, were injured last week against the Eagles. Nathan Taylor, who on Tuesday night looked pretty proppy. What's his situation going to be like for Saturday?
Oh, we'll more or less find out tonight. We'll just see how he goes, Chunky, and if he comes up looking good and well. But if he doesn't, well, we won't be playing any injured players, that's for sure.
You certainly got cover with it for him, though. Christian Smith has filled in pretty well in the last couple of games for you when Taylor did go down against Werribee and also last week against Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah, it's been good for Christian because he hasn't had a very good season, breaking his leg first time around for Bannockburn, and it's done him well, put him in good stead for his fitness anyway, especially the last 2 weeks.
And now, key players for Bannockburn, are there going to be any key players that you're really going to have to watch on Saturday, or are you going to make any special efforts to try and stop?
No, not at the moment, not in particular. I just think, you play man on man, and that's the way we've played all year. We haven't gone out to tag blokes. If your man does the job, he's in front, and they'll win. And
well, your preparation for the weekend, any different things happening on the weekend, on Saturday morning, or are you just going to go and play it the same way, just the normal game?
Same way all year, that's all we've done.
All right, good luck, Alan, and good luck for the Thompson Footy Club on Saturday.
No worries, thanks a lot.
Alan Richardson, the coach of the Thompson Footy Club. The 1996 Grand Final, and we'll be speaking with Timmy Gardner in just a moment, the captain of the Thompson Footy Club. Captain, the Tigers here at Godfrey Street playing in the Grand Final on Saturday against Bannockburn. And Timmy, you've had a bit of a big year yourself. You've won the Whitley Medal for the best and fairest in 1996 in the league. And you're coming up, it would be just top off the season if you could take the Tigers to another premiership this year.
Yeah, that'd finish it right off. Adding on to last year would be great, especially coming from second division, then winning first would be great.
Yeah, you've had a big couple of years. You probably went in last year as a bit of an underdog as well, with Blue West winning a couple of games against you, but you came up against them. You go in as underdogs again on Saturday against Bannockburn, but the boys seem to play better when they're actually under a bit of duress.
Yeah, I think that's the way we like it. Not too much said about us and that, and coming the underdogs, and I think everyone plays better that way.
Now, yourself, you've had a bit of an injured hand. A couple of weeks ago, you got a bit of a kick in it. How's that going?
It's all right. Good as gold.
You wouldn't say anything different anyway, would you, to give anything away?
Just a bit of tape on it to make it look good.
And preparation on Saturday morning for you, just a normal routine for you?
Yeah, same thing as each game. You get a few nerves are there. That's not normal, but I think most blokes will be right.
All right, Timmy. Good luck for Saturday, and let's hope the Tigers can bring home the premiership. Thanks, John.
Country FM presents the GDFL Match of the Day, sponsored by Buckley's Gaming Centre, Fellmongers Road, Breakwater. And now, here are your commentators for the match, Jason Doherty and Ron Brain.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Thompson Football Ground, the Godfrey Street Open for the 1996 Geelong District Football League Grand Final between Bannockburn and Thompson. It should be a fantastic match this afternoon, and a big credit to attendance here at Godfrey Street as well. And both sides are out on the ground at the moment. We can see that across the midfield of the ground it's a little bit wet and a little bit muddy at the centre, but both ends of the ground are in pretty good condition, and the umpires are out in the middle ready to start the 1996 GDFL Grand Final. And then we've got the big team this afternoon for Country FM as well, the biggest team of country football commentators we could probably get, I'd say, and one of them sitting right next to me, my co-commentator all year, and the number one football commentator in Australia, Ron Brain. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jason, and you're closely pushing down my back of my neck, I'd suggest, as we just watch on the monitor, and from people sitting in their cars listening to this broadcast this afternoon, it is a unique situation, a narrowcast live broadcast on 89.1. Barry, of course, the guest video cameras capturing the action. At the present time, we're in the Thompson rooms, who are doing their limbering up. Jimmy Gardner, have a look at the big fella, Mark Cowan, the plugger. He's going to be of vital importance here this afternoon in the Thompson Tigers' success. We're now in the Bannockburn rooms, just quietly doing their warm-ups, and another game of football for Bannockburn this afternoon. Very low-key, and shot there of Shane Andrews doing his limbering up. But I would suggest we should see a great game of football here this afternoon, gentlemen.
In other sale of the century, they had that trouble with the wings. Turn it off. Well, we've also got a couple of special comments men this afternoon.
Yes, we have, but Jason, we just keep marching on.
We certainly do. Peter Walker is here again, the manager of the Buckley's Gaming Centre, and he's here this afternoon again for Country FM. Peter, good afternoon.
How are you, gentlemen?
Not too bad. And you'll be coaching Thompson this afternoon, will you?
I'm going to coach the Tigers, yes.
Coach the Tigers, you'll be looking after Thompson, and the man sitting next to you, the coach of the Geelong West Cricket Football Club, Stuart Scott, will be coaching Bannockburn this afternoon. Both men will be looking after the respective sides, a few of the changes, the tactics of what the coach will be going through and seeing what they'll do. Stewie, there we are, Stewie.
A little bit of a
he's on one now, so that's okay. Stewie, good afternoon to you, and it should be a good game. We've seen North Geelong win the reserves and the under-18s this morning and this afternoon, and now the senior grand finals. We hear the national anthem being played here at Godfrey Street now. Stewie, you're looking after Bannockburn. You'd be pretty confident, I reckon, if you were coaching Bannockburn this afternoon.
Yeah, reasonably confident with Bannockburn. The weather conditions probably mean we've got to work a little bit harder. Perhaps a lot more, the game's going to be a lot more physical than perhaps it would have been on a more fine day. It would have been a more opening running game, which probably would have suited us better. I think the conditions actually, as the day progresses, will get a little bit better. Possibly the wind might drop off a little bit, so the skills still are there to be shown. Both sides have got a lot of skill, that's why they're here on the day. And you know, I'm still sticking with my prediction of Bannockburn. I did tip them by 10 goals last week. I think the conditions could probably bring me back 2 or 3 goals, and I'm still sticking with Bannockburn by 7.
Okay, now the umpires this afternoon for the senior grand final are Darren Bann and Murray Fanning, who are in the centre of the ground, the central umpires. The boundary umpires are Adam Astle and Brian Rafferty, and the goal umpires are Ray Menzies and Dennis Felder. So we wish all the boys in white good luck this afternoon. We've also got Chris Aikman and Barry Walker, who'll be boundary riding for us this afternoon. They'll be going out and listening to the Bannockburn coach Stephen Winter and also the Thompson coach Alan Richardson at quarter time. They'll also be in the rooms at half time, and at 3/4 time they will be out listening to the coaches. Now we can tell you that a few changes in both sides. We believe Wes Phillips for Bannockburn is playing, and Nathan Rose, if you're sitting in your cars and you're listening to 89.1 Country FM this afternoon, Nathan Rose is wearing number 40 and not number 43. The young boy who was up for the Rookie of the Year this morning at the grand final breakfast, the GDFL grand final breakfast, forgot his jumper, so he's obviously a bit nervous, the kid, and he's wearing number 40 this afternoon, so good luck to him. And we also know Thompson are without their ruckman. Nathan Taylor, as many expected, wouldn't play. Mark Harris has also been omitted from the side, and James Wallace has also been omitted. McFarlane, Chris Gardner, and also the other one coming back into the side was, just trying to look through, Chris Gardner, and also Ambrose Kelly's there on the bench, and Nathan Taylor, as we said, is out of the side. Mick Gann still retained his spot, he's on the bench, and Timmy Gardner in the middle. The start proceedings with Christian Smith for Thompson. We start the 1996 GDFL Grand Final. Now everybody up here going for Bannockburn. Is anybody going for Thompson?
I am going for Thompson.
Okay.
My name is Peter Walker, and I am going for Thompson.
Peter Walker's going for Thompson as the start of the 1996 GDFL Grand Final sees a free kick in the middle of the ground from umpire Banch. It's going to go to Thompson, who are kicking against the breeze to the city end of Godfrey Street. And Alan Richardson, their coach, is going to get the first effective kick away. And it's a good one too, because he finds Terry Nankervis on the outer side half-forward flank. He's going to drive it long towards Cowan, one out with Broad. Cowan goes up, getting back there as well was Delahunt for Bannockburn. That's out of bounds. It's touched off Delahunt's fist there, and it's going to be a boundary thrown about 30 metres around from the Thompson goal.
Interesting matchups, Jason. We see that an interesting one with Andrew Atchison. Moved to full back on Andrews, and out to centre half back. It looks like, where is he?
Jason Stein, by the look of it, on Clinton Shaw.
Yes, it is.
Punch away by Moore, the youngster for Bannockburn. Gets it out towards Richardson again, the coach of Thompson. Kick over his head. Wentworth standing there for Bannockburn. Gets a handball out okay too. Sets up Paul Smith. His kick is partly smothered. Good to see Matthew East on the ground, as we saw in the second semi. Sustained an ankle injury, but he's in the side this afternoon. It's out of bounds on the members' stand side, half-forward flank now for Thompson. It's going to be another boundary throw-in. And Peter, if you had been Alan Richardson this morning, would have you put Atchison on Andrews? Does that look like a fair move?
Oh, well, I think he's one of the better players for Bannockburn, so obviously the way Atchison played last week, I think it's good value to, while he's on fire, give him a run at it, yeah.
Talking of good value, Paul Smith, lovely kick to centre wing, the half-back flanker for the Bannockburn side. Pack of players of form. Stormy Winters out there, but mixing it with the boys. Now quick hands there. That was Matty East. Good work there to his teammate, but he couldn't trap it there in Wade Colliger. Now Ronnie Ronnie Pilgrim gets on the left foot, one step and goes bang, but he's just offline. And Ronnie, after his last performance here at the Godfrey Street Oval, actually won the guest video award for that performance offline.
He did so. Atchison kicking in for Thompson. Poor kick though, picked out Wayne Colliger and Ron Pilgrim for Bannockburn there, and Ronnie Pilgrim's taken it just inside the 50-metre line for the Bannockburn side, and there's a bit of niggle in the middle of the ground there. Alan Richardson and Richie Corrigan just exchanging phone numbers, and the emergency umpire Jonathan Grapps is straight onto the ground. Now Pilgrim from 50 goes long. He's got the breeze behind him. It's going to go deep into the goal square. Smith getting back there, falls to the front of the pack, turning around. Clinton Shaw off his left boot. I think he might have put the first one on the board. The first goal, that is, of the senior GDFL Grand Final for 96. He has done so. Clinton Shaw, the centre half forward the first goal for the Bannockburn Tigers, and they lead 1-1-7 to Thompson, yet to score on the LBW Charlie Accountants first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, I think it's been quite obvious very early on in the piece here that I think Bannockburn's intentions would probably be to try and ruffle the Thompson coach up Richardson up a little bit, try and get him to react and put a bit of a negative attitude into the Thompson players' mind. It's important that Richo obviously stays focused on the issues that are going to confront him for the full length of the ground and shows some true leadership qualities, which he has all year.
Yes, he certainly has. Ball back to the centre by Darren Bench. Recommenced play early stages. We've been travelling 2 minutes to the 96 GDFL Grand Final. Gardner could have been held without it. Dumps Matthew East. Loose ball sees Butch Shaw get a quick kick on the right foot, but underneath the foot he grabs us. He dropped the soda. Under pressure though from Troy Shaw, I should say Colliger, and he just helps the rubber man of the Thompson defence, Andrew Atchison, into the fence, but like a good defender does, just bounces off and back into the fray.
Boundary throw in, Moore and Smith, who's doing the ruck work this afternoon for Thompson in the absence of Nathan Taylor, comes to the back of the pack, breaking through Christian Shaw. He's on his left foot. Can he put it through? He has. He's done so. Good start for Bannockburn. Christian Shaw follows his cousin Clinton with a goal, and that's the second for Bannockburn, and we've only been playing 2.5 minutes.
Too easy.
It's 2-1-13. Bannockburn Thompson yet to score. And their midfield already, Bannockburn, we've spoken about this through the season on many occasions, getting on top as usual. So, as we see, Atchison, as we said, Andrews, he's got the job on Andrews this afternoon. McFarlane is at centre-half back, lining up on Christian Shaw as that last goal kicker. Peter Moore, the youngster, for the Bannockburn side in the ruck against Christian Smith. Richardson in the middle against Corey Flanagan, the captain of the Bannockburn side. It's back in the middle now, pushed up. Moore gets it. Timmy Gardner roves the pack, can't take it out of the centre though. Matty Pilgrim's wrapped up by Christian Smith, and it's going to be a secondary bounce in the middle of Godfrey Street.
Well, Breeze not quite as strong as it was in the earlier two games, and congratulations to the North Geelong Footy Club winning the Under-18 Championship and Reserve Grade Premiership for GDFL Footy in '96. Back to the football here between two Tigers of GDFL Footy in '96. That's the Thompson Tigers taking on the Bannockburn Tigers. At the present time, LBW Chartered Accountants bring us the first quarter. 2-1-13 Bannockburn, and Thompson yet to score. We've only been travelling about 3 minutes of this first quarter of the '96 Grand Final.
Goes towards centre-half forward for Thompson. Kick off the ground by Menzies over Cowan's head. Falls back towards Alistair Broad, in fact it was. The last line defence just goes to the safety of the boundary line on the outer side. Half-back flank, and he finds it before Withers can get across there for Thompson.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that both Quint and Christian Shaw playing across the half-forward line for Bannockburn, and I think the intentions there is that he's going to try and run McFarlane around. As McFarlane's probably a little bit iffy with injury-wise. He hasn't played a lot of footy in the last 4 or 5 weeks. So obviously his match fitness could be a telling factor later in the ground. So from our point of view at Bannockburn, it's important that Shaw does run him around as often as he can.
Well, a roughhouse, Robbie Henderson, good work in defence for the Tigers. Goes short and finds Paul Smith now. A long bomb, lovely kick to centre wing. The high flyer back of the pack was Christian Smith. Couldn't take it though, the butcher boy. Now on hands and knees, that was Wayne Colliger. Goes in over the top of his opponent, who just picks himself off, and I think it might have been Alan Richardson. It was the coach. It was young Lamb with the short sleeves here this afternoon, Anthony Lamb. Bounce down, Nan Curvis, good hands, quick kick up to half forward. Loose ball, high tackle on the Humphrey Bear. Left foot snapshot just off the side of the boot. It trickles out now. Left forward pocket, 5 metres from the Thompson goal. And, left foot kick not as good as normally shown by Rick Humphrey in that occasion, Joseph.
No, broke a tackle well, but just couldn't get the finished product there with the left foot kick. Boundary throw in. And it's a good one, 2 more. Pack develops. Barry Edwards got the tap down in the end. Kick over the head there. Falls back towards the 10-metre square for Thompson. Rick Humphrey went for a fresh air shot. Kick off the ground by Justin. And the Echo, I think, put the first goal on the board for Thompson. He's done so.
A real opportunist goal, Peter Walker.
It certainly was. It certainly was indeed. Just one quick thing, Jace. Looking at the ground at the moment, I notice there's a lot of water over the other side. It'll be interesting to see. I think this game would have been far better if it was played on a wet ground. I think the guys in the centre are going to get very tired because the mud's going to stick to their boots and legs and everything. It'll be very interesting to see how the older fellas hold up.
2-1 to 1 goal. Bannockburn still 7 points in front. Umpire Murray Fanning threw the ball up in the middle, and then it just went straight back down into the mud. And umpire Banch will come in and bounce the ball again in the centre.
Thompson's goal coming at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. 96 GDFL Grand Final here at Godfrey Street Oval, the heart of Thompson.
Moore gets the tap down. In there working hard was Corrigan, but he couldn't get it out, so umpire Bann will come in and do it again in the middle. And a big pack around the centre square too, as he throws it up again. Look for a free kick if they can't get the ball out on this occasion. Moore got a big thump to it. Timmy Gardner was tackled by Corrigan. Then Justin got it towards Barry Edwards, who couldn't take the mark. Henderson handball over the top. Delahunt just a quick kick off the ground. Falls into the water out there, so it holds up for Withers. A small man for Thompson there. Goes long towards centre half forward. Richardson just tried to tap it on. There was nobody there though for Thompson. Gardner was one of them, but he couldn't get the ball. Flanagan's kick was smothered. Matty Pilgrim off the ground. We're going to see a bit of that this afternoon. Andrew Gardner running back. He's got Lamb in support now. He had McFarlane. He chose to kick it though long. Goes over the head of Rose getting back. Can't take the mark. His direct opponent Menzies. He gets the handball over the top. Beautiful to Cowan, but he can't handle it. He tried to push it on. Edwards was there. Still working hard though. Cowan. Good play. Gets his left boot to it. No, he's just missed. Good pick. Second and third effort there from Cowan was good.
I think he's the player going on last week's form. He kicked 7 goals last week. I think if they can get the ball down to him, he is a big boy. And if he gets his body in front,
bit of excellent,
very hard to stop.
Commitment and courage there shown by Rose. He obviously had Cowan coming straight at him, and he kept his eye on. It's called commitment, Ronnie, and in grand finals you've got to do that, especially early on in the piece, mate.
Bannockburn 2-1-13 lead. Thompson 1-1-7. Delahunt kick out for Bannockburn. A leg out of the outer side. In front, McFarlane behind Christian Shaw. Comes to the back. Richardson went straight through, as did Shaw. And then a kick off the ground again by Butch. He's okay too, because he's got Flanagan skipper. He just tries to push it through his legs and then give it back to Moose East, but he can't pick it up. Henderson straight through. Rough Robbie. He's got support also from Flanagan again. He tries to push it out. And the umpire instead is holding the ball. Umpire Fanning.
You've got to be joking, umpire Fanning.
Trying to break up the play there. Obviously, umpire Fanning. And he's given the free kick to Richardson in the middle for the Thompson Tigers. Goes towards half forward. Oh, Smith pay the mark. Oh, umpire Fanning hasn't. And is at half forward now for Thompson. Pack develops. Umpire Fanning will have to come in and bounce the ball.
Yes, just drifting away from the play too. The umpire was on that occasion, and not good enough for mine. He's going to be at the play.
Don't forget both of our special commentators this afternoon, Stuart Scott and Peter Walker, will be giving scores out of 10 for the umpires, and I don't think Murray Fanning had been, I don't think he'd been in the black so far. Goes out towards Richardson and Nankervis. Nankervis shepherded for him, who slung off the ball, free kick. Umpire Fanning found that, so he's probably back up to 0 now.
Murray's a lovely bloke. He's got a lovely wife.
Short Richardson and Nankervis will try and bomb it long. He just goes towards Menzies and Rose. Menzies uses his body and gets the free kick for a high tackle. So Dale Menzies from about 40 metres out directly in front, kicking into a bit of a breeze, which has sort of turned around a little bit and going across the ground now. It was going towards the end. Bannockburn was kicking too, but just turned around a little bit. The flag's on the opposite side of Godfrey Street, blowing towards the north. And Dale Menzies a chance to kick Thompson's second goal and make the game level again at 2-1-13.
Yeah, was it there, boys? Who was holding who?
Yeah, I know. I think it was definitely there.
Okay, and so do I. So I just wanted to test you blokes out, just to make sure that you're up to date with what's happening here at the 96 Grand Final for GDFL footy. Hope you're enjoying the kick description on Country FM 89.1 on your dial, because Country FM is country football.
Kick.
And I tell you what, Dale Menzies, the Lord Mayor of Thompson, because he's kicked another one.
He certainly has. He's tied the scores up. Thompson 2-1-13, Bannockburn 2-1-13, LBW Charter Accountants first quarter scoreboard. We've been going 10 minutes and a good comeback, Peter, from Thompson after the quick goals by Bannockburn. Just to settle down the Tigers now, Thompson, and they look good.
Why would I have expected any different than that, Jason? Look, Thompson are going to run on adrenaline today. Everyone knows that Bannockburn's the top side, finished on top, hardly been beaten.
Back in the centre, Moore and Smith went up for it. Neither got an effective tap. Comes out towards Clinton Shaw. In fact, it's Corey Flanagan. Got it back towards Butch Shaw. Handball's okay to Matty Pilgrim. Shepherded by Moore. Gets his kick away. The leader, Clinton Shaw, now Stein running at it. Good play. Couldn't pick it up, though, but followed it up again. Clinton Shaw with him. His direct opponent comes to the front of the pack. Gardner just kicks off the ground blindly. It's okay, though, because it goes to McFarlane. Goes to Richardson, who'll be the general in midfield. Handball over the top to Nankervis. Sets Withers a task out on the half-forward flank, but he's equal to it because he picks it up. Goes with his non-preferred right boots. A poor kick, Paul Smith. Shaw at half-back there for Bannockburn. Just goes to the boundary line, but it's out of bounds on the full. It's going to be a free kick. Thompson to take it on the outer side.
LBW Chartered Accountants bring us this first quarter. Ball kicked short. JJ, yes, nice mark. Just adjusted the Echo. Their first goal. Takes the mark at half forward. Left foot kick. Holds up in the breeze. Plugger comes out. Hits the pack like a Southern Aurora. Ball now comes to ground. Timmy Gardner collared. Buttering up Stevie Delahunt. Oh, umpire! The old cut lunch. And Dale Menzies is just making sure Matthew Easter's here this afternoon because it was a beauty.
The kick wide towards Clinton Shaw, led a long way up from centre half forward. He can't take the mark or the half volley there. It's going to be out of bounds. Anthony Lamb and Andrew Gardner putting the pressure on Clinton Shaw there. Boundary thrown at half forward for the Tigers. That's Thompson who are kicking against the Breeze this afternoon. They're 2-1-13. And the scores all level in the 96 GDFL Grand Final. Richardson for Thompson comes behind the pack there. Gardner in there also working hard. Or Rick Humphrey just threw it out towards Wentworth. Over the back of the pack now, Delahunt. Got a bit of time, gets around and turns onto his right boot. Stein can't trap it. Nankervis in front. College right next to him. Handball out the back of the pack. Corey Flanagan went straight at it. High kick towards the wing. Ron Pilgrim. Chrissy Gardner. Gardner can't take the mark. Kick off the ground by Winner. Graps is coming through. Always wrapped up. Free kick, high tackle. And the orator, Shane Graps is at half back to take the free kick.
I think the orator, ex-guest video commentator, can thank his lucky stars because that was his freebie, that was, as he kicks out of centre wing. Loose ball, good work, Matty Easton, I love you, son. Great to see him out there. Quick hands to Flanagan. Right foot kick, Atchison couldn't control it. And just cop one from Stevie Winner just to go on with. But no harm done. But good work, quick hands there, Matty East. Got up to the run of Flanagan. Good footy, Bannockburn. They're now about 40 metres from their goal. Clint Shaw does the ruck work in front of Christian Smith. Loose ball, ground level. There's been a kick in danger again. Umpire Fanny it is. And guess where it's going? Thompson.
Comes out from Stein, gives it to Grapsis. In the defensive 50 goes towards the wing. Wentworth runs it at East, can't take the mark. Lamb, Gardner running straight through. Gets a high tackle. The umpire elects to let it go there. Wentworth, handball smothered. Gardner working in there. That's Andrew, the little man, the smallest man on the ground. Goes towards centre half forward. Paul Smith and Rick Humphrey. Good punch away by Smith. Then the ball just falls into the water. He kicks off the ground for the safety of the boundary line. Is it going to roll over on the wing? It is on the other side.
Yeah, there was a bit of a question mark with Paul Smith with his thigh during the week, and just from that contest there, I don't think he seems to have too many problems at the moment.
No.
Every player on that ground today, boys, are 100%.
Comes to the back of the pack there, and over the top, Matty Pilgrim. Patch developed there. The umpire's letting it go. Just running through there was Withers. He can't take it with him, though, and he's bottled up. It's going to be another bounce on the outer side wing here at Godfrey Street.
Don't forget, fellas, if you want to take the stress and worry out of your life, LBW Chartered Accountants are the people to see.
Kick over the head there, goes towards half forward for Bannockburn. Shane Grapsis is there, Ronnie Pilgrim as well. He's going to Shepherds for Colliger. Over the top, Chrissy Gardner. McFarlane keeps his feet and traps the ball. Then he gets tackled. Pax develops at half forward. Troy Colliger breaks away. Handball to the open. Stormy Winner. He'll get a game next week, but there's none. Coach Winner goes for goal and bounces through. Stormy. He's done very well there, the coach.
Not bad for the old stager. He'll be happy with that one, I'd say, Storm. Didn't make real good contact, but the simple fact was he kept it low and he's put it straight through the high diddle. And Stephen Winner, the coach of Bannockburn, kicks their third goal.
Encouraging signs there for Bannockburn there over on the flank. I think it was Corey Flanagan and Troy College might have been. They both actually went for the shepherd and probably left no one to go for the ball, but it's better than having two blokes going for the ball and no one shepherding because their intent is there for a team game.
Back in the centre, Withers tried to get it out for Thompson. He couldn't do so. Lamb was a bit hesitant there. Pack develops again in the middle, and it's going to be another bounce down. 3-1-19 Bannockburn, Thompson 2-1-13. We're going 15 minutes in the first quarter, 6 points of difference. And umpire Fanning to throw the ball up again in the middle. Smith and Moore. Moore gets his hand to it. Gardner, he's wrapped up, and he'll obviously one targeted this afternoon by Bannockburn. He's been pretty good in this final series, even though he's been playing with a bit of a sore hand. I think he's followed up his...
Ronnie, I'm just wondering how Ray Menzies is after last night down at the Ocean Grove Footy Club.
A little bit seedy, they tell me, not. But he'll recover because he's got a big day down at Ballarat football tomorrow.
So it's the voice from downstairs there, Noel Fanning. My goodness. Ball up in the centre again. Smith got the tap down. Free kick for a high tackle against Moore there on Smith. And it's advantage paid. Richardson runs, gets around Colliger, breaks the tackle, goes with a torpedo, comes off the side of the boot. Getting back there, Smith, and he's got support, Alistair Broad. Smith's got a bit of time in the back pocket now on the outer side to set something up. Goes with his left boot wide, and it's a good kick to Christian Shaw. Marks it inside the boundary line at half back. Goes with a poor kick towards the wing. McFarlane traps it very well. Handball to Andrew Gardner. He kicks back towards half forward. Edwards in front. God, good mark. Strong mark in front of Paul Smith.
and Barry Edwards takes the mark at half forward.
Bagger now, let's see where he goes. He'll look for the big fella, Plugger, but it's over his head. Now an opportunity for the Neville Whitley medalist. Oh, he had it, lost it, back in after it again as Timmy Gardner. But now a lot of pressure showed there. Great work from Corrigan. Unsettled Lamb. He was good enough to get a kick, though. Nearly marked by Nankervis, but Nankers couldn't quite pull it in. And it's now good defensive work there for the Tigers. That's the Bannockburn Tigers. It's out of bounds, left forward pocket, about 25 metres from the Thompson goal.
Boundary throw in now. Big pack around Edwards to do the ruck work for Thompson. Over the back, Henderson. Punch towards Smith, who's had a lot of the ball in the first quarter. Goes out to Della Hunt, who switches play out to the outer side. Butch Shaw has got 10 metres on Alan Richardson and gets a kind bounce as well. Runs away from half-back, and Richardson goes towards half-forward. Clinton Shaw and Stein go up. It's over their heads. McFarlane and Flanagan in a race for the ball. Oh, good play, McFarlane. Just tapped it out the back towards Stein, who couldn't pick it up at the first attempt or the second. Keeps tapping it in front and gained 30 metres. Then he picked it up and ran out of bounds, but he did very well there, Jason Stein.
Yeah, great work off the ball there too, and I'll just pick him up. I think it may have been David Burke. Some good hard shepherding and unsettled Clinton Shaw nicely. Took him clean off his feet.
Ball up now. Smith gets another tap down towards the run of Richardson and also Nankervis. They can't keep it in, and it's going to be a boundary thrown on the outer side wing. It's 3-1-19 Bannockburn. They lead Thompson 2-1-13 on the LBW Charlie Accountants first quarter scoreboard. They're playing nearly 18 minutes in this first quarter, and you're listening to it live and exclusive on 89.1 Country FM.
Yep, great atmosphere, great crowd here enjoying the action of GDFL footy for 96. And Ronnie Pilgrim, he'll get the people on their feet. He kicks from 45, but he's hit the woodwork. Bad luck, Ronnie. Two paces, Ronnie will call him, because he's a beautiful footballer at half forward. 2 steps and bang. He's kicked that 55, but he's just offline.
Well, he's kicked Bannockburn's 2 behinds. They're 3-2-20. They lead Thompson 2-1-13. Atchison kicks out straight down the ground, all in front window, and took the mark. And also McFarlane came across and made sure his ears were still on his head, and I think they still are. So
tough though, Stormy.
Yeah, the coach, Stormy winner, with a kick from about 50 metres out directly in front. He's kicked 1 this afternoon already, and a chance to kick Bannockburn's 4th goal. It'll be a fair kick from Stormy, who's not renowned as a long kicker, but he'll show me up now because I've told that. He goes now to the teeth of the goal. Smith getting back there, punched through well there by Atchison for a rush behind to Bannockburn.
Just waiting for a lead, I thought, but and there was a good lead forthcoming by Matty Pilgrim, but ignored by the coach.
And Troy Shaw getting ready to come on for Bannockburn as Atchison kicks to the outer side and looks for Richardson, and he's paid the mark at half back on the outer side. About 55 out from the Bannockburn goal. Richardson now sees a lead, and in fact came from Withers, but he's been asked to bring the ball back as we see more coming off. The big ruckman for Bannockburn to be replaced by Troy Shaw.
Done all right too in the early stages, and the clinches getting the ball down to the midfielders. But obviously ground being a bit heavy, he'll need to have a spell if he's going to last the game out. Ball now kicked the set of wing out of side of the ground. Could have been a push on Butch Short, not forthcoming. I think you'll find it's gone out of bounds now. Out of side of Godfrey Street Oval. Centre wing. Out of side of the ground, Christian Shaw. I should say Christian Smith behind. In front was Troy Shaw, did well for the Bannockburn side, got it to ground, but again a pack of players are formed at half forward.
Ronnie, not to be critical of the umpires, I think on a day like today, I think the only fault they're making is they're too far away from the ball, aren't they?
That's a good call.
Ball up, Troy Shaw went up early, got the tap down, Christian Smith with the second tap, Gardner wrapped up again, hasn't been able to really get an effective play away. Nankervis has all, then he wrapped up holding the ball. Bit too long there, and was running back towards the Bannockburn goal also, and Christian Shaw wrapped him up. We'll have a kick from 50.
Yeah, I think he really panicked. He looked good when he had the ball. He looked across the ground to change direction, and when he looked up, there was no one there, and decided that, well, what do I do here?
Listen to your teammates telling you what to do.
Christian Shaw goes from 53 metres and has missed it to the far side for 1 behind. So he's returned 1 goal 1 this afternoon so far in this first 21 minutes. 3-4-22, Bannockburn, Thompson 2-1-13, LBW Charlie Accountants first quarter scoreboard.
What's the breeze worth, fellas? What do you reckon? Is it affecting or the right of screen or the Tate Street end?
I think the way they're moving the ball, it's worth nothing.
Okay.
I think they've fallen into the old trap that it's wet, so we've got to play wet weather football and kick it off the ground. So you know, I think early while the ball was dry, they should have really nailed home, or Bannockburn should have nailed home the wind advantage and kicked very, very long while it was dry and markable. And they've fallen into the old, it's wet weather, let's play wet weather footy.
I think if they can get the ball on this side of the ground, it'll probably have a lot more influence. But while it's on the other side, I don't think there is much.
Well, look, I'm sorry to say that to you, Stewie, because Troy Colliger has just popped through a goal from the left forward pocket, and he has made you eat humble pie. Great goal from the little rover, and he kicks his first and a very handy fourth for the Bannockburn side.
Well, as long as we're moving ahead, Ronnie, and that gives us a couple of goal breaks, I'll be quite happy where he kicks them from.
Well, the kick-in from Atchison wasn't so good on that occasion, and a couple of times his kick-ins have been found wanting. And again, on that occasion, Bannockburn 4-4-28 now, Thompson 2-1-13. 15 points of difference on the LBW Charlie Accountant's first quarter scoreboard. Troy College's first goal. Back to the centre, Troy Shaw is in there against Gardner again, who's wrapped up. And they're doing a good job on him so far.
Well, we don't see that happen very often in GDFL footy, that Tim Gardner gets actually collared with the ball because he's normally so strong and breaks clear.
Smith got the tap down, came towards Troy Colliger, kicked towards centre-half forward. Clinton Shaw couldn't take the mark. Matty Pilgrim and Grapsis go at it. Grapsis had support with Stein. He kicked it off the ground. Foot race now between him and Flanagan. Close to the boundary line. Stein will want to see it over. And he does so at half-forward for Bannockburn. About 55 out. And individual goal kickers for Bannockburn so far. 4 different ones. They lead by 15 points. Grapsis now with the kick from half-back goes towards the wing. Getting back there, Delahunt and also Humphrey for Thompson. They can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw-in on the outer side wing.
Yeah, I don't mind that move from Winter with Corrigan on Gardner. I've played on Corrigan a couple of times this year myself, and you definitely earn every kick you get. And the one thing you've got to be very careful of with Corrigan is if he is tagging you, you've got to be very careful when they get the ball, because they will play through him to test out the character of the player that he is tagging.
Clinton Shaw's taken the mark in the middle of the ground for Bannockburn. Sets the task for Flanagan, and going with him, McFarlane. Flanagan tried to push it to his own advantage, then he fell over, and then he kicked it beautifully towards Stormy Winner when he was on the ground. Handball to Matty East. Handball is good to Wentworth. Can the Chicken Hawk turn around and get a goal for Bannockburn from the back pocket? He can't do so. He's wrapped up. Anthony Lamb getting back there for Thompson. Stein in support. Oh, nearly had his head ripped off. Oh, and umpire Fanning has said holding the ball there, and it's an advantage, and Corrigan's got it inside 50 now. He runs to 30 and measures the kick for a goal. And, oh, crucified there, Thompson.
And I think the important thing is I think Corey Flanagan has done a hamstring in that little,
Corey Flanagan does not look good. He's coming off the ground, and Angus Hewitt was coming on for Bannockburn, and he's in the hands of the trainers, Corey Flanagan. But Jason Stein, well, crucified there by umpire Fanning. He got his head ripped off and then got caught for holding the ball. Advantage paid. Richie Corrigan finished it off for a goal. And just as you said there, Stewie, Richie Corrigan.
I've got me humble pie back there, Ronnie.
Popped up with the possession and kicked the goal. And that was Bannockburn's fifth, 5-4-34. They lead Thompson 2-1-13. Back to the centre. Oh, Christian Shaw gets it out again, just pummels it long towards Andrews, and Atchison goes back towards Stein again. He keeps his head down on this occasion because he knows he's not going to get a free kick. Comes out towards Grapsis and Atchison again. Atchison, good pick up to the big man. Goes towards half-back flank. Can Christian Shaw keep it in? Yes, he can. It sits for him. Short little kick back inboard. Oh, it's okay too. He's found Ronnie Pilgrim. They're running away now. Goes towards Troy Shaw. Kick. Chris Gardner on hands and knees in the goal square. Good play. Defensive play from Chrissy Gardner. Pushes it through for a rush behind to the Bannockburn side. And just dominating the centre, Ronnie.
Yeah, they certainly are. They've now got a 22-point lead. Bannockburn, they're 5-5-35. Thompson 2-1-13. LBW Chartered Accountant first quarter scoreboard.
Kick into the outer side again, looking for Jason Stein. But couldn't find him. Was off hands and out of bounds at half-forward for Bannockburn. And a big crowd this afternoon here at Godfrey Street to witness the 1996 GDFL Grand Final. Up there was Tim Gardner in the end in the ruck, and it was holding the ball there. It's going to go to Lamb at half-back for Thompson. Goes in towards the centre. The lead was on from Justin. Goes in that direction in front. Wentworth. Rode beautifully Gardner. Handball to nobody in particular. Withers. It sits for him now. He gets his left foot to it. And it was down the field there. Coming at him, Paul Smith.
What for?
That was after down the field. It was just a...
the football?
Well, I thought the umpire obviously thought he got rid of it, did he?
I thought he got rid of it.
So it goes to Menzies, who goes towards Cowan. It runs over the back. Henderson running back with a flight of it. Can't pick it up. Cowan can, the big man, but he's wrapped up by Henderson. Gives it back to Andrew Gardner. Puts him under pressure. And Pack develops in the forward pocket there. The umpire lets it go. Comes out towards the boundary line and Paul Smith. And it is out of bounds. about 20 metres around from the Thompson goal.
Yeah, I think Thompson will find it a little bit harder in that area of the ground today than they did against Eastern Suburbs last week, especially with Cowan. He was really good in that area, 15, 20 metres out from goal, but I'm sure that Bannockburn's defence is going to be a lot tighter and they're going to have to earn their kicks today.
Comes out of Troy College up, back to Christian Shaw, who seems to be everywhere in this first quarter. Switches play out wide towards Troy Shaw. Will it sit for him? Yes, it does. He's got 2 against him, though, but he gets back around. Then a short little kick towards Wayne College, but it doesn't sit for him. It sits for Nankervis, who gives a good handball off to Christian Smith. Short little kick to Humphreys, okay. Centre half forward. Humphrey takes the mark for Thompson.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge for him too, Jason. He's kicking into a breach. It's a good 45 metres out directly in front.
Okay.
Go short. Good football.
Very, very.
Bagger did all the work there. Dropped the easiest of chest marks, and now watch Corrigan. Set it up nice for Matty East. Too slow though, son. And lost the footy. Christian Smith, left foot kick. Outstretched arms of Jay can't pick it up. Cowan can. Cowan's kick though was smothered. Great work there from Butch Shaw. And finds the chicken hook. It's Paul Wentworth in the back pocket.
Timmy Gator standing the mark, switches play to centre half back. Henderson in front. And in fact, there's Ronnie Pilgrim in front, a long way down from half forward, but it's okay. Oh, gives it out to Christian Shaw, who's had a great first quarter. Leads Smith in the race to the ball. He's going to have support. He doesn't need it though. Short little kick towards Clinton Shaw. He can't trap it. Stein's there. Handball to McFarlane. Runs straight through the pack. Well done. Got nobody to kick it to though. So he's got a bit of time. He sets it up beautifully to Dale Menzies on the wing, who can run away. He's got support as well. Delahunt comes at him. Handball to Rick Humphrey, or then to Richardson. Back to Menzies now. Now he can go long towards centre half forward. Gardner and Wentworth getting across there. Wentworth takes a good overhead mark.
Bit of a decision there, Dale Menzies has cost Thompson on that occasion. Oh, lovely mark. Troy College over the top, takes a ripper. Just chips over the top to his brother Wayne. Centre wing position. He'll run, and run he does. Lovely footy, Tigers. That's the Bannockburn Tigers, of course. And he hits his centre half forward in Clinton Shaw onto the chest at half forward. Looks to the trainer, who hasn't added to his 96 for the season. Now, stormy winner, like a little 19-year-old. That's the goal of the day so far. The coach has popped another one right through. I'm not sure whether it was the pirouette or the blind turn that got me, Stewie, but what did you think of that?
I was just going to relate it probably back to about a minute before when Steve Delahunt worked very hard from the half-back line to try and push over and throw a Shepherd, so it was a 2-on situation. The ball did go back and his direct opponent got it, but they were able to turn it over, and I think at the moment that's probably where Bannockburn's strength is. They seem to have the numbers at the fall of the ball. The support seems to be there, where with Thompson, once one of their players actually gets the ball, they're more inclined to run to a position to try and be passed to rather than support the fellow who's carrying the ball so that he can kick it under less pressure.
Bannockburn 6-5-41 lead. Thompson 2-1-13 on the LBW Taylor Accountants first quarter scoreboard. We've been going 29 minutes in this first term. Free kick found by umpire Banch in the middle of the ground. It's going to go to Christian Smith. The ruckman for Thompson goes towards centre half forward, standing and waiting near Troy College. Wasn't paid the mark. Richardson runs through, then gets collared. Oh, his head's still on his shoulders. It is. He's going to take the free kick, the coach. They'll need a quick goal here, the Tigers. And Menzies gives him the lead. Cowan standing in the goal square against Broad. He goes short. Oh, then it goes straight to the man on the mark, Christian Shaw. Goes to the open space of the wing. Ronnie Pilgrim takes the mark, but it's not going to make any difference. And Bannockburn, with a couple of late goals there, have shot out to 28-point lead at quarter time. 6-5-41. Thompson 2-1-13. And the goal kickers took quarter time for Bannockburn 2 to the coach, Stephen Winner, who again has led from the front. Singles to Richie Corrigan, Christian Shaw, Clinton Shaw and Troy Colliger. While for Thompson, their 2 goals have come from Dale Menzies and Justin. Boys, some of the better players, and how are your respective sides going in the way they're playing the game? Obviously, Stewie, you'd be pretty happy with the Bannockburn Tigers at the moment.
Yeah, we got a good start, which was obviously important, but Thompson sort of got them back into the game. But I think once they sort of got those couple of goals back on Bannockburn, I think they've tended to rest a little bit on that. But also probably Bannockburn fellas have put the pedal down a little bit more. We're getting great service out of the coach, Steve Winter. Richard Corrigan doing a great job on Nankervis. Hasn't got a lot of the ball himself, but when he has used it well. Ronnie Pilgrim, I think, is going to be a big problem on the half-forward line for Thompson. I'm not really sure what their alternative is, but he has looked dangerous, and he's had a couple of opportunities to score goals and only got behinds. But if he gets enough of the ball, I'm sure he'll turn them into goals as the match progresses. I mean, you can't go past Christian Shaw as best on ground by about 3 miles at the moment. Whoever his direct opponent has got to play a little bit closer, because he just, whenever he gets the ball, he seems to have so much time because he's got 10 or 15 metres on any Thompson player at all. Paul Smith across the half-back line there. I mentioned earlier that he may have been a bit sus with a thigh injury, which he's probably had for a lot of the year, but doesn't seem to be suffering any ill effects from that. Just in general, I mean, it's pretty hard to pick a bad player at the moment, or a player that hasn't contributed from the Bannockburn Tigers side, and that augurs well for the next quarter and for the remainder of the game if they can remain in that positive attitude.
Pete, some of the better players for Thompson, what they can do in the second quarter to get a little bit closer in the match?
Yeah, with the Thompson side, I think their ruckman Christian Smith is trying to be competitive. It's very hard to get off the ground. I also think the coach is being held, but when he does get the ball, other than that little mix-up there at the last exchange, I think he's holding his own. Terry Nankervis, I think he's causing some problems in the area, but I just don't think Thompson are hard enough at the ball. I believe in that quarter, towards the last 5 or 10 minutes, I think there's a couple of changes that they could have made there. I probably would have used Mark Cowan. I would have pulled him out from full forward, put him at centre-half forward, got Barry Edwards and moved him down the ground at centre-half back, put a bigger fella down there and said to Mark Cowan, righto, if the ball comes near you, you go and get it and you just run through whoever is there. And he's probably one of the guys that would kind of do that under instruction. Whereas I think the Bannockburn fellas, they're running straight at the ball, and Thompson fellas are more than happy to kick it off the ground and just keep paddling it along.
6-5-41, Bannockburn lead. Thompson 2-1-13 at quarter time. Back with Barry Walker and also Chris Aikman after this.